Hello and welcome to Matchday Live. My name is Jonny Dunlop and we are here at Shamrock Park this afternoon ahead of the Danske Bank Premiership game between Portadown and Glentoran. The match kicks off at 3 o'clock and as always will be available on We Are Ports TV Live as a live stream. You can go to portstv.com to purchase the stream at a price of £10. I'm joined as always by Mark Beattie. How are you, Mark?
How's things, you alright?
Not too bad.
Good man.
Mark, a tough game here against a very strong Glentoran side. What's your thoughts on the game?
It's a tough game against a very strong Glentoran side. That's what I would say.
Summed up in a sentence.
Pretty clear. Listen, obviously we haven't got our win. We've got 1 point on the board all season. We're sitting bottom of the table for a reason. Glentoran are sitting up in the upper echelons of the table for another reason. So yes, it's going to be tough. Glentoran, as you know, they'll have all the quality. They've seem to have a big budget compared to anybody else, or compared to us, of course. But listen, it's 11 against 11. And I know I've said this before, it's up to our 11 to put up a fight. Portadown and Glentoran games have gone down in history, have always been competitive, always real entertaining games. A lot of drama out of them normally, or usually back in the day anyway. And so, listen, we're not expected to win anything and get anything out of this. So it's maybe the players can relax a wee bit on that and enjoy that underdog tag and go after something. And if they can get if they get something to hang on to, maybe Glentoran haven't been as good recently. They've had a couple of poor results in their eyes, missing a few players. So if you can hold on to something long into the game, maybe they'll get anxious and stuff, and their fans will get a wee bit anxious too, and that'll help. But we're well underdogs. We're big underdogs in this game, so we're not expecting anything. But so sometimes in these games as well, if you're big underdogs, you take positives out of other ways. You know, you want to see shoots of potential. You want to see if there's a couple of young players playing that they show something that you can hang on to and bring into the rest of the games. But yes, we've said it before. I don't like saying it's a free one, but we're not expecting to get anything. So hopefully the boys in red today will give us something to go home and cling on to.
No, Glentoran's obviously without Conor McManaman. They're also without Shane McCartan. We're without Jordan Jenkins. So players missing from both teams. It's like you were saying. I'm going to speak to John McAllister a wee bit later on. He's going to stand in for Niall Curry here on Matchday Live here this afternoon for a chat. But I think the general consensus with the support is, even though the results haven't been coming, there has been signs and shoots of progress since Niall and his team have come in.
There has been bits and pieces. Like obviously they're trying to get a new shape into the team and in the defence especially, and that's going to take time. That's something you can't do straight away. You can't do after 2-3 sessions. It has to be almost, you have to have a pre-season to get a new shape in, really. So they're coming in behind the 8 ball a wee bit, and they're trying to install that new system. It'll take time, but there are some wee shoots of looking more solid. Still haven't picked up a point, so it counts for nothing really yet. But hopefully, given time, the management team and the coaches and stuff can do their work and get us looking a bit more solid and create more as well. Because yes, we can look a bit more solid, but you have to score goals as well. You're never going to win games. So, fingers crossed they can with given time. And obviously, there's a January window coming up, which is going to be key for us. There's been a few players leave already. I believe there may be 1 or 2 going as well from the squad, and hopefully bring in enough that'll improve us, get us more solid all together. Score some goals, and we can start climbing up that way rather than looking doom and gloom.
Sort of the situation we are in. Even though we've only 1 point on the board all season, the fact is we're still only 3 points behind Dungan and Swifts. Maybe the challenge is possibly to stay on the coattails of Dungannon at least until the January window opens and look for that refresh of the squad in January to hopefully kick us on for the remainder of the season.
Well, that's it. I heard the coaches talking to the players a couple of weeks ago and saying 1 weekend changes it, because you are only 3 points behind the team above you. So 1 win can change everything, and then your outlook changes. You're feeling confident. You've got the monkey off your back, because there is a bit of a monkey on it now. It's starting to really weigh down on players a wee bit more that you haven't got your first win yet, and it's always talked about. Everybody talks about it. You haven't won. So if you get that win somewhere, anywhere, then you can move on from it and hopefully then kick on. That's the idea anyway. Whether it comes today or not, remains to be seen. But fingers crossed we can get something from it.
As general manager, Mark, I know one of the things you're very enthusiastic about and passionate about is to see Shamrock Park and the facilities used on a daily basis and as a sort of a community hub. And on that topic this morning here, there was a breakfast organised. Yep. Seemed to be a great crowd at it. It seemed to be real bustling atmosphere downstairs. Do you want to give us a wee bit of information about that?
Yeah, it was Portadown FC Youth under 12s. I think they do their youth teams in years now, and it never makes sense. I think it's under 12s. Anyway, they've got together and they've planned it as a fundraiser for themselves for their training, their kits, everything. Obviously, everything needs paid for, so they have to fundraise in some ways. And it was great to see people coming into Summer Park on a time where there's no match on. They're coming in for something's different and mingling, talking to people. And it's like I say, I love getting the club rooms here. We're having a massive space. Our space is limited, which is a problem. Going forward, hopefully that can be rectified. But I just love to see Summer Park being used as that community hub, like you say, as a place where people can go and socialise with other Portadown fans or whatever, and enjoy the place. Like I'm here a lot. I'm here during the week, and I know there's the walking club goes on Tuesday. And I've talked before about this, but it's probably the best part of my week because there's people come in for a couple of hours into the club. They have a cup of tea and coffee and stuff, and they go for a walk around the pitch, and they come in for the refreshments and just sit and talk and having a bit of crack and enjoying each other's company. And honestly, it's one of the best parts of my week. So I love seeing that, and I would love to see it more and more regular and on doing different things. It doesn't have to be a big breakfast. We talked about doing a soup and sandwich day and stuff, and just getting people here. And yes, there's a fundraiser element for it. But it's more than that for me, it's that community atmosphere and stuff I'm trying to push here. So hopefully we can kick on. We can do it more regular.
No problem. Listen, Mark, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
We're going to take a slight break here for a few seconds, and then we will be joined by Portadown assistant manager John McAllister. Hello and welcome back to Matchday Live. I'm joined here by Portadown assistant manager John McAllister. How are you, John?
How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Do you want to give me your thoughts on today's game against Glentoran?
I think it'll be a difficult test. Glentoran are flying high. They're obviously challenging for the league. They've put in some really notable performances this year. I know they've had a couple of results recently that haven't been just in the same vein, but they're still an incredibly dangerous side with a great array of talent. But those are the games you want to play in, and you want to be in the top league and you want to be competing against the best teams, so it's up to us to match their effort levels and find a way to make it a very difficult day for them. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you've been in here now, John, for maybe just over a month. Have you found your time at Shamrock Park so far?
I've really enjoyed it. I know how much the club means to Niall and as a manager, and obviously I have huge respect for Niall and I've worked with him for a number of years, so we understand the importance of the team to the town and supporters. Obviously we've come in very difficult circumstances, there's no two ways about that, but it's about trying to find a way out of it and trying to develop the club in the long term. There's going to be no quick fix. We know that you can tell from the supporters' reactions that they're aware of the situation. They're very switched on and they know that it's not going to happen overnight, but I think they just want to see an honest, hard-working team that reflects the club and the town.
While I think the general consensus around the supporters, while the results haven't been what we have liked, there definitely has been shoots of progress in your time at the club. Would you agree with that sentiment, John?
I think we're fortunate enough where we've got our analyst and we get information, and the statistical information would suggest that yes, there's been an upturn in a lot of aspects and the performances, and I don't think you can be too heavily critical of the players in recent weeks. I think they've given everything they have, their effort levels, I think the intensity and the way we play, our transitions, our work rate without the ball, all those areas have developed, but unfortunately it's a very challenging league and it's an unforgiving league, and it's a league where if you switch off for a moment it can heavily punish you. But overall, yes, we're pleased with the effort of the players and the improvement in terms of the intensity and the way we play, but there's still a ways to go yet, but hopefully we keep pushing on in the right direction. Ultimately, football's a game to be enjoyed, and you want to make it as enjoyable as possible for the supporters and for the players playing the game, and if we do that, hopefully we'll see an upturn in our fortunes.
No problem. Listen, John, thanks for joining us this afternoon, and all the best for today. We'll be back in just a few moments with the final part of Matchday Live here at Shamrock Park ahead of Portadown against Glentoran in the Danske Bank Premiership. Hello and welcome to the final part of Matchday Live. We're here at Shamrock Park ahead of Portadown against Glentoran in the Danske Bank Premiership. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff, and as ever we'll be live on We Are Ports TV Live. That stream can be purchased at the price of £10 by going to portstv.com. Just a bit of homework here to go through, a bit of the match sponsors and so forth. So the match sponsor for today's game is We Are Ports. PSS man of the match sponsor is Mervyn Adamson. The charity bucket collection is being held by Scott Street Youth and Community Centre, while the community guests are to Tarhan Boys Brigade. So we all hope that everybody has a great time here on their visit to Shamrock Park this afternoon. So thank you for joining us on Matchday Live, and we're all hoping here for a Portadown victory against Glentoran in the Danske Bank Premiership. Good afternoon.